Emmanuel Kwesi Bejira and Komo, or one of the sponsors at the Ma Bill. No. Honorable, Oteminka, good morning. Who West Mrashe Bejani constituency to say?
Good morning. Constituency fine, Mr. Speaker. Now, Kumasi is saying.
Maybe one cry and then crying so.
Oh, okay. So what is saying?
And cry there, Boko. I don't pay that.
Madam, special radio station for media for me. I say, one boy now being a
Yes, yeah, that was it. Say Muti Ghana for so now more Namsa Quine so a yenis. I no pay more lines no na ayeshipa. Not the
well, only said, Bill, not as I will be a hot. I see. Will be out there.
Very well. So we are grateful, Sado Pay and Sakao. Now, the kind finally, and drama pass a bill, no, but I mean, it looks as if say obstacles, no, are mobile face, is not yet over. Or share a yes civil society groups are. One more air sanso air rising, indicating said that the president must not assent to that particular bill, and then they proceed to say ye pass or bampaye den ensasha area. I mean, they may not have any other option than to go to court to ensure say implementation will be curtailed. Mamin Tio, the processes are more go through so far. ABC the pointer and draw parliament. Ajim Rai Edia to me.
Yo, Mr. Speaker, well, you say, I think with the Yakasa, we've been on this issue since 2021, almost 3 years. Na answer na enra, nyami adom na ya pass bill no. And it's not something new. We are well aware, say, I mean, few people, I say, only some from G18, or we are civil society organization. Or more sure on our move from G18. They are decided the right to the president for the president not to assent to it. And then also, even the president assent to it, go to Supreme Court. Well, it is their constitutional right. So they can appeal to the president not to assent to it. And then even the president assent to it, they go to Supreme Court. Is their constitutional right. Nobody will take it away from them. Now, since you know, Mr. Speaker, bill wing is no longer the bill of 8 members that sponsored it. It's now the bill passed by Parliament, which is a parliamentary bill. And now a bill that is passed by Parliament is a parliamentary bill. And Parliament of Ghana that has passed the bill. And it's 8 sponsors. It's no longer our bill again. It's now full Parliament of Ghana bill. It said, anybody who wants to go to court now will have to take Parliament or have to take the President or Attorney General to court. But let me start. Who is our question saying? What are the things that has gone into it? Answer that you're passing them.
Yes.
Well, you say initially there's a law in Ghana which we all know that if you the criminal act that says that if you have a natural carnal knowledge, which we say, carnal knowledge means having sex or knowing somebody. Now, if you want to have sex, you have sex with a natural sex, one that you know. But that law is limited in scope because we are developing and the world is changing. In the past, a man will sleep with another man, using the interpretation art may say. If carnal knowledge means, a natural carnal knowledge means a man penetrating the anus of another man. That is the natural carnal knowledge. That is the meaning of a natural carnal knowledge. But in the interpretation art, but it goes beyond that. We have other forms of unnatural carnal knowledge, and one of them is that a woman using, another device and penetrating another woman's, a woman having sex with another woman, simply put it, or a man having sex with another man, or in some extension, a man sleeping with another species, being an animal or something else. These are the forms of unnatural carnal knowledge that we know. The natural carnal knowledge that we know is a man having an affair with a woman. And so, if these things are happening, then in 2000 and 2001, we had a group, that are funding some advocacy group in the country to promote the activities of these people, that's the LGBT community in the country. And so when it came to us, we had it on the news. The police went to clamp them down, close the place down, and also the National House of Chiefs, released a statement. The Catholic bishop released it. Almost everybody in this country frowned against it. They were not too happy with what is happening. That they will not allow this to adulterate our culture. Lawmakers are more elected to be in parliament. No, it is our duty to say we must protect the sanctity and the culture values of our country. Something that is not good is not good for us. Let me give you a typical example. When you go to the United States of America or in some part of Europe, a man cannot marry two women. That is their culture. If you marry more than one woman, it's a criminal offense. You'll be held liable. In our part of the world, our culture is that a man can marry more than one woman. I mean, what we call a traditional marriage, you can marry more than one woman.
Exactly.
Unless you come, and the Mohammedan law also allows you to marry. But when you come to customary law, when you come to
the ordinance marriage,
law,
yes.
Ordinance marriage, you are allowed to marry only one person. So our culture does not frown on a man marrying more than one woman. Except that those countries that are mentioned, they have laws. And so that is their culture. And if we are seeing a culture, but in that culture also, in the European or American culture, North American culture, they allow a man to marry another man. They allow a man to marry an animal. They allow a woman to marry a woman. You get my point?
Exactly.
We are saying that our culture does not permit that. We will not allow a man to marry another man. Neither do we allow a woman to marry another woman or a man marry an animal. We will not allow it because it's not part of our culture. And see, we put all this in together, and our brothers who are members of the Coalition of Sexual Human Rights and Ghanaian Family Values decided to support us by coming out with this private members group, being sponsored by 8 of us. And that's the genesis of it. That we want to protect the sanctity of our culture. We want to, and Mr. Speaker, it does not only end with, as we speak now, when you go to our various senior high school, it's happening. People are forming clubs there, giving them, luring innocent children with 50 Ghana cedis and forming them into groups, that you can, only God knows.
Very
we have to allow the indoctrinating of our children. We have to allow our culture to be adulterated like that. We said no, we will not do it. And that was the reason, sir, we came out with this law called, initially it was called the Promotion of Proper Human Sexual Rights. And
very well. Kindly hold on for me, and then let me join Professor Audrey Gadjepo as well, chairperson for CDD, on the line equally. Now, Mintie or no so. So, Honorable, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Very well. And your quick response on Professor Gadjepo. I mean, you look at and then you listen to the explanations he has given so far about their reasoning for doing this particular advocacy.
Well, it's unfortunate that Prof has left. I know Prof very well. She's my sister. We've been on Star Ghana Foundation board together, so I know where she stands and what she believes in, and there's no doubt about her voice to be heard on issues of this nature, together with the late Sheshe Akotampao. So I know where they stand. But my brother, I was going to ask Prof, one simple question. What's the definition of human rights? What is the definition
interesting question.
Of human rights? Because I have seen that they are pushing the argument that it is basically they are fighting for the human rights of people. and I wonder what is the human right? What is the right of these people? And we are saying that it's a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle of some people desiring that they want to be so and so. And so it is not about you being a human rights advocate or for that matter. But it is the lifestyle of somebody, and if the lifestyle of that person frowns on the lifestyle or the culture of our people, do we have to accept it? No. You equally ask her whether the American society where and she begged the question by saying that, if we are talking about Ghanaian family value, it should be side chicks, it should be girlfriend.
Exactly.
Don't you have girlfriends in this country? People have girlfriends in this country. But they gave birth and they brought development. I'm not advocating for girlfriends and side chicks. But it's been in this country. Nobody is fighting against that. We are not talking about, this law is not about religion. This law is about protecting the sanctity and the culture of Ghanaian. My sister Audrey has a child. I believe so. Did she get a child from another woman? We want to protect the sanctity of Ghanaians. That if you want to have a child, you should have a child with a man. Or take a man's sperm and do into whatever they call it, fertility solution. And so she should not come and disturb Ghanaians' mind. The G8 or 18 should go and see somewhere. If they don't like this law, they should go to the moon. Just as she said that if in America you don't like the law if you hate the polygamous law, then make sure that you fight it. They will fight if they are in minority, they are 18. They should go and fight it. They should tell the president should not accept it. And then they should go to court. We'll meet them in court. But I can tell you that all the issues that she has raised were raised by the Attorney General. Issues about human rights. Attorney General sat with us in the committee meeting and we all agree that this one is not a human right. This one is that's not found on any
but Honorable, I believe that even with human rights, it is what the Constitution says you have, regardless of the fact that you have a natural basic right to life. Every human being has the basic right to life. But even in the absence of that, it is what the Constitution says it is.
My brother, Speaker, we are not going to fight over it. They should continue deceiving themselves, thinking that knowledge can press people up and create issues for people. If you think that you know so much that you know more than a lawyer, they should go to court and the lawyers will tell them that human rights has a definition. They should go and read they should go and read the United Nations Charter on Human Rights and African Charter on Human Rights and see what it means when it comes to human rights. They should stop deceiving themselves. Like you said, if somebody has decided to promote it, they should go ahead and continue promoting our colonial masters' legacy. We will not promote it. We will protect the sanctity and the culture of this country.
Honorable, I'm grateful for your time.
That's it.
Your best I know where you come. Why?